technology, and it's what we do these days.
You want to start with the laptop then? Because nobody wants to be totally disconnected, even when camping.
Absolutely not. And what you want to do when you go camping is in many ways take something that's got a good battery life on it. It's going to last you for the whole trip. And what we're seeing now is a lot of these new Ultrabooks. And this is the new one out from Dell. And amazing what you can do with these Ultrabooks. Like they boot up in seconds. They're ultra thin. They have battery life that they talk about lasting.
How much battery life?
Well, they talk about 7 hours of battery life on this, which if you think about it, the last thing you really want when you're camping is a laptop. But at least if you're taking it out for a couple of days, you know, you've got 2 or 3 days where you can easily power it up for an hour or two, do what you got to do. Amazing how many campgrounds have Wi-Fi now, right?
That's true.
So send your pictures back to mom or whatever it is and close it up and keep going. Ultra thin backlit keyboard, which is really nice. Completely solid state, so there's no longer any moving parts in this. There's no fan in it. There's no hard drive in it. It all happens completely without any moving parts at all, and that just makes it ultra fast. It goes from being, you know, asleep, deep sleep, to be able to use in about 7 seconds.
Right. So, and if you don't have an actual campfire, you can call up video of a campfire on it.
Yes, you can. Imagine how slick that could be. Or if we'll show you in a couple of moments a portable campfire. So you can take that with you too.
All right. Okay. So what's next? Oh, this drone. Now the military, they have drones, but you get your very own. And for how much?
This is about $300 or so. The fun thing about this is it is entirely remote controlled, so 4 propellers on the sides. When you turn it on, it actually takes off and just sort of hovers, and then you use an Android device or an iPhone device to move it around, and you put your thumbs on the screen, and that's what you actually use to navigate it.
Neat.
We turn it on today, but it's just a little windy, and it doesn't get along so well with wind. Really blows away any sort of plane you ever used to do when you would take like a remote control car or something when you go camping.
Right.
There's 2 cameras on it, a camera on the front and a camera that shoots down. So as you are using this to shoot things, you actually get video that you can record. Plus, the manufacturer of it even opens it up so other people can develop apps that will talk to this device. And we're seeing more and more video games coming along. And you actually look on your little screen and you can see aliens or something that you're chasing. But it's all part of the game that you play with. It's really neat stuff.
Yeah, it looks pretty impressive when it takes off because, again, it just hovers.
Yep.
And it's pretty durable, right? Because you've bumped it into shit already.
I've bumped it into several things, including flying it around my place at home and banging it into the wall, and it just kind of keeps on going. It's amazingly
indoors?
strong. Yeah, I was flying it indoors.
Now that's a party.
Chasing friends down the hallway with a drone, just what you want.
All right, let's take a break for a second and have some beer.
All right. This is, have you tried this yet? The Coors Light iced tea for the summer?
I did. I was slightly underwhelmed.
Well, it's the amazing taste of taking Coors Light and mixing it with iced tea. And oddly, I think it tastes exactly what you would think Coors Light mixed with iced tea would taste like.
Right.
Underwhelmed, I think, on a typical day. On a hot day, with this being really, really cold, you know what? It's actually pretty refreshing.
Yeah. So, now we're drinking. Oh, I'm having the Miller Chill Lime, which is pretty popular as well. And as far as lime beers go, I think this is probably a pretty good one that doesn't have a huge aftertaste or taste really like chemicals. You know?
It's amazing that some of them, it's not so much the taste of lime as the taste of lime flavor.
Exactly. All right, what's next? Oh, the watch. Yeah.
I want to show off this watch. This is pretty cool, new from Timex. So not only does it tell you the time, it will also show you things like the temperature, and there's a compass inside of it. And, you know, not so much for Ottawa, but there's another way in here where you can actually see where the tides are at any given moment.
It's important to me.
Yeah, the biggest problem
I have... a large part of my body is made of water, not fat, as you might think.
Okay. And a lot of part of this is you don't necessarily need to know what the tides are in Ottawa, but wherever you might happen to be. The biggest beef I have with this watch is there's so much stuff going on the screen that it's actually hard to tell what time it is. But if you stare at it for a couple of moments, you can eventually figure it out.
You do get used to it, I think.
You do get used to it. Very durable watch, and having the compass and the temperature in it is actually pretty handy. It's amazing how often that comes in.
Pretty cool. All right, what's next? Oh, the HTC. Okay.
Yeah, this is, of course, everybody's got a smartphone that they're taking somewhere, right? And new we're seeing is these whole generation of devices that are HTC, but also 4G LTE devices. And the idea with an LTE device is it connects to the new networks that are out there.
And how prevalent is that network? It's growing, but in the city, you're probably good.
Yeah, you got to be in the city for the most part to use these. I mean, they're going to roll it out. There's some talks, right, of places like cottage country, instead of trying to run high-speed wireless as a cable up and down anymore, just put a big tower, and you cover a couple of thousand cottages all at once. And I think we're going to see that more and more. This device is running the 4th version of Android 4 Ice Cream Sandwich, which is really the one you got to buy if you're looking for any Android device. Make sure it's running version 4.
Because there are some. They're still selling 2, and people are still buying that.
There are tons of it. I mean, and this is one of the problems with Android is it's becoming really fragmented. There's so many devices out there, and a lot of times there's nothing wrong with buying an Android 2 device. It's just that it's old, and there's never any guarantee that they're going to upgrade it. HTC has done the upgrade with this. They've added a couple features like a fancy new camera in here, because nobody takes a digital camera camping anymore.
Right.
So it's an 8-megapixel camera, a fast camera as well. You can shoot pictures just by hitting the button over and over and over again. And while you're shooting a video, you can actually shoot stills while you're shooting the video. So amazing amount of functionality in there.
Yeah, you said it's almost like there's what was it in the cameras that used to just hold down the button and it was just constantly taking pictures?
Continuous photos.
Yeah.
Continuous, yeah. So really neat how that works. And really, when's the last time you saw a digital camera? It's getting more and more rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice device. It feels good in your hand, and it's pretty slim and pretty nice.
Yeah, a very thin device, and certainly a new generation device, which is important.
How much is that?
This one, it depends how you buy it. So about $600 if you buy it without a contract,
Right.
$100 if you get it on a 3-year term. It does have the Beats audio in it. I still, for the life of me, can't figure out what the excitement is over Beats audio, but a lot of places are selling it now.
But maybe you need the Beats headphone.
Well,
No?
how much Beats stuff do you need to get your money's worth out of
You
it?
got to really buy in, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's do some cooking.
Okay, we got 2 new items from Cuisinart. These are both some Canadian Tire items. This one is for making sliders. So the idea is that in the box, you buy this as a set for $20. So you've got this little thing where you can use to make your sliders.
Right.
And then you open them up, put them into all the different holes here, put this whole thing on the grill for a couple of minutes, then flip the whole thing over.
Right, so you're not flipping tiny burgers that fall through the cracks.
Exactly. You flip the whole thing, and it's amazing how efficient that is and how they all work. This one is for beer can chicken. So you take your beer, put that in the middle, put a chicken down on top of it.
That's a lucky chicken with a big can like that.
Yeah, are you jealous? The idea is, of course, it's amazing what you could do with this. Then put that whole thing on the grill for half hour kind of thing. So easy to use,
Well,
really.
Look at how big this thing is compared to because the other beer can chicken things we used to get had a little tiny receptacle underneath it.
Yep, tiny or just felt a little flimsy. I mean, this one is remarkably solid, and it's $10. And then there's another version. This actually comes out, and then all of a sudden you've even got like a little wok. So you don't have to do chicken on this. You can just put that on the grill on another night and do your veggies on it, and really easy. And for $10, it's a good deal.
It's the Live 88.5 Startup. I'm Catfish Morgan. That's David Schellenberg, and it's the Camp David segment, little camping segment that we like to do every year, and so we thought we'd do it from the campsite and do it on video, which is kind of cool. And thanks to Alexi, who's shooting today, and look, Amal is back here as well. Hi, we'll get to her in just a moment. Yes.
I want to look at this. This is a portable propane campfire, $200 at Canadian Tire. And the idea with this one is a lot of times you might not be able to light a campfire wherever you happen to be. There could be a ban on. If you're in an RV or something, sometimes you sort of roll into a campsite a little bit later on. You don't necessarily have time to stock up on your wood and everything. So this, you can just take it out, plug it into a propane tank, light it up, and away you go. Or in the city. I mean, we've been using this over the weekend as well, where in the city in a backyard, you've got a portable campfire wherever you happen to be.
Right, and technically, you shouldn't be lighting fires in your backyard in the city.
I guess, technically.
Right.
Yeah. If there's one flaw in this one, it's every now and then, for some reason, gas sort of builds up and like shoots out the side, then you have a little bit of flame. And it's happened a couple of times with us. So I don't know if we've got a unit that's got a little bit of an issue with it or what exactly it is, but it's just enough to make you nervous where you wouldn't necessarily want to leave this alone, which I guess you shouldn't really do anyways.
No,
with sort of campfire. But for $200, not a bad thing, and actually really portable, because it's kind of clever how it all clips together, and then you could take it wherever you want to go.
That is pretty cheap, though, $200.
Yeah.
And if it flares out the side like this one did, and take it back, and they'll give you a new one.
Well, and I think it's durable enough. You'll certainly get several summers out of it.
And you can cook on it. There's a little grate right there that you throw on top.
Right, so the idea is you take this and put on top of it, and then all of a sudden you've got a nice spot there where you could put, well, a beer can chicken.
Exactly. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Look, everybody, it's the wacky neighbor. It's Amal Wahab.
Hi, folks.
And Amal is trying out these new glider chairs, and apparently they're pretty relaxing. So we've seen these zero-gravity chairs out for a couple of summers, significantly dropped in price from where they used to be. And the nice things about these chairs is just how easily they are when they recline. I mean, you sit down on these chairs and lie back, and it just goes straight back. Yeah. It's got a pillow that's built into it, so really easy to use. A little heavy, you know, when you're sort of moving them around, but that does give you a little bit more comfort when you're actually sitting in them.
How do you like it, Amal?
I thought I was going to fall at first.
I know,
And
especially when I pushed you.
Yeah, and I didn't. See how sturdy it was? You kicked it twice.
Yeah, I know. And since we're here, and it's got brakes too, so you can go back like halfway and then put the brakes on and then set it that way. Yeah. But Amal's wearing a cool little fan thing here that is a bug repellent. And there's two that we got. We got the little fan unit, and we also have the little strap that you put on your ankle.
Yeah, this one is called the Gone Insect Band, and it comes in different stylish colors. So the idea is with this one, you put it around your wrist or put it around your ankle, and it'll keep mosquitoes away is what they promise. It's been kind of windy all weekend, so I don't know if we've given this a proper test yet, but so much easier than spraying some sort of chemical up and down your body. You're holding a chemical up against your skin. So,
well, people are worried about DEET and the effects of DEET, and they just don't know. And so this is a way around it.
And the one Amal's got actually has a fan in it. So this is a fan that'll probably cover about 2 meters or so around you. And they say it'll get 10 hours out of a single charge of it. And again, a little bit more convenient than coating yourself in some sort of a chemical. And I think you could also take this stuff like into the tent at night kind of thing, right, and still do a pretty good job of keeping the bugs away.
Okay, what's next? Oh, do we go to the big unit or?
We've done that one.
We've done that one.
We've done that one.
Hang on, team meeting. We're having a meeting here.
Right here. We've done that one. We got one thing left.
Amal is bite free. I'm putting my back to the camera. That's a no-no.
Yep.
Okay, here, you take over.
Yeah, now here's this, probably the craziest thing we've ever seen. Canadian Tire has this one new this summer. Canadian Tire, I don't know what you're thinking with this one, but it's pretty fun. It is a portable spa. Now, the thing is inflatable. You take this out to the campsite, plug it in, so you're going to need some power source to pull it off. But take it in, get some power, fill it up, and then all of a sudden, within a couple of moments, you've got yourself a spa wherever you happen to be. The device heats up within a couple of minutes, so you'll fill it up with some basic water from wherever you find it from the campsite. Turn on the bubbles, and then all of a sudden you're out at your campground and you're sitting in a spa. So what do you think?
You know what? I absolutely love this thing. It was drop dead easy to set up, and it gets running in no time, and you can adjust the amount of chemicals that you put in it. And it's like a high-walled kids' pool, solid as a rock. We had 2 people in here the other night, and it works great. The only thing that's missing, Dave, cup holders. Cup holders. If they had put cup holders in this, that would be one more little thing that you probably would enjoy.
It is remarkably sturdy. Like, do you think you'd get one more year, a couple of years out of this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it probably, because you got to take it down and deflate it and inflate it and do that over and over again. I think it's pretty sturdy and it seems like it can hold up pretty well.
Right. And yeah, but you had this for the evening. What do you think? Did it heat up fast enough, or did it take sort of forever?
No, it heated up pretty quick. It is a power sucker, though. It really, it actually tripped the, the little relay there, the breaker. Yeah. So there was that to contend with, but really, for the most part, it heated up pretty quick, a degree or 2 every half hour, and you're up to speed pretty quick.
There you go. It's your favorite 1%er way to go camping, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We're occupying Ottawa right now at the Municipal Park. It's Camp David here in the Live 88.5 Startup. Catfish and Dave, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.